This is the plaintiff, Karen Kelly. She says she rented a party space from the defendant and also hired her to decorate the place with specific decorations and colors. Well, when she looked at the room right before her engagement party, she almost fainted. The defendant used lime green instead of apple green for the decorations, and there was only one balloon arch, and the tablecloths were wrinkled. When she complained, the woman shut down the air conditioning during the party and kicked everyone out at 1 a.m. instead of the contracted floor time of 3 a.m. Some nerve. She's suing for $1,984, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Ida Finley. She says she's been renting party spaces for 25 years, and this woman is so strange. She loved the room and even had tears in her eyes because she was so happy with everything. The room was rented until 1 a.m. Her party refused to leave at that time. She thinks the woman's now trying to get a free party out of her by filing this bogus lawsuit, and she hopes the judge will set her straight. She's accused of being a party pooper.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff hired the defendant to decorate her engagement party and says she got the colors all wrong. She used lime green instead of apple green. And the plaintiff says when she complained, she shut down the party. The defendant says the plaintiff loved the whole thing. It's the case of show me your true colors.
Thank you, Douglas. All right, Ms. Kelly, what were we celebrating that day?
I was celebrating pre-proposal /
Pre-proposal?
Yes, ma'am.
Pre-proposal?
Yes.
I'm old. I've never heard of that.
Yes, back then, the guys was gathering family and friends, and they was getting down on one knee.
Oh, so did he do that?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay, so he proposed at the party.
At the party.
Okay, well then it's a post-proposal too. It's not so he just got engaged in front of everyone. He asked for your hand in marriage in front of him. So there was a party for that, plus it was also your birthday.
Yes.
All right, so you decided to rent your venue. You have a venue that rents out for parties, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you rent that space or do you own that space?
No, I rent it.
All right, so is there paperwork that the two of you agreed upon to discuss this? Can I see your contracts? The one you provided into evidence has nothing on it. It doesn't have your signatures, doesn't have price.
No, it don't have to. Okay, me and Miss Ida, we are like this. Hey, sis, how you doing, sis? We had trust in each other.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We still have
that
trust.
Guarantees that each of you have in your head exactly what the other person has in their head.
Yes.
No, it doesn't. That's why you're here in court.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah,
so let me just say, the only time you want something in writing is if it matters. So if it matters enough that you're going to end up in court, it matters. That's the importance of having it in writing. Okay, so there's this contract, and the contract just says rental charge, type of function, it goes till Saturday till 1 a.m., but you were hired to do the decorations as well. Is there a contract on the decorations?
No, ma'am, it's no.
Just some notes?
No.
All right, but like balloon, then there's a dash, and then in a different ink it says to, and then it says quotation marks, don't need it, close quotation marks. What on earth does that mean?
At the time I spoke with her daughter was the one that I spoke with, and her daughter said, well, since I don't have enough money to pay for the other balloons, I'll just do the column, the arch, and that's what I did.
Wait, the column or the arch? They're two different things. I'm not understanding.
I'm sorry, the arch. She only wanted the one arch that was there.
Okay, now watch this. How many arches did you think you were paying for?
3, and I got proof.
How do you have proof?
I have everything that she opened up her book and say, pick a packet.
What is this? This is a picture that you took of what?
Of what I wanted with her.
That's one arch.
And that's the decoration.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I need you to show me where there's the 3 arches that you're talking about. You said, I have proof, and then you said, here, look at it. I'm only seeing 1 arch here.
Okay.
So this isn't proof that there were 3 arches. Tell me where the packet, show me how there's some packet.
Okay, it wasn't a packet. While I was there, a conversation.
So in other words, does to, does not. In other words, you're saying, it's your word against hers as we stand here about how many balloons there were supposed to be, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay, and what else did you order?
I ordered, if you look in the picture, is what came out of her book. That was the setup with the sachets, the napkins on the plate chargers, and the runner down the table.
Okay.
That's what I liked it.
So according to her, this is what you guys agreed to do. According to you, what did you get paid to do?
I did the table similar to that. The only thing that's not there is the napkin that's in the
How about the runner? Were the runners on the tables?
No runners.
Did you do
on
a
the table.
centerpiece on the tables?
I did the centerpiece.
Okay.
on the
Do you
table.
have pictures of what you did with the
Yes,
table?
let me send the
So what the
folder.
tables had, instead of what she says she had asked for, are just charger plates and a vase in the center. And according to you, those didn't even match. They were not all the same
And
size.
the tablecloths was wrinkled.
were not.
Hold on, ma'am.
She didn't even give me my sachets on the back of the chairs. That beautifies the party.
So what you gave her then was a white tablecloth with silver chargers on it and nothing else. There's no napkins. Where are the napkins? Like, how are people going to...
They have their own napkins. She didn't
Who's
ask me-
they?
Miss Kelly. She
Was
has
going to bring her own napkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Did people have napkins or were they wiping their mouths on their sleeves? How did this work out?
I ended up buying stuff, napkins, plates, silverware.
I'm sorry. You wouldn't know she didn't execute until you walked into your party. So when did you buy the napkins?
When I got there with the food and discovered that it wasn't no napkins.
So show me a receipt that'll show that day. And according to you, the agreement was that she would bring her own napkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Why, though? Why would a customer want you to supply the tablecloth and them to supply the napkins? Why would anybody want to do that?
So engagement parties, weddings, is it just too much stress?
Yeah. I spent a year planning my wedding, and at the end of it, I was really happy we had it, but I was also really stress-free.
If you could do it again, would you have eloped?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would have gone to the DMV, signed the marriage license, and been like, by the way, we're married.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
No way. I think the big wedding is special. We've been married for 47 years, and I loved having my big wedding.
And I bet your next one is going to be even better. Going inside the courtroom.
I don't supply the napkins and the paper plates and stuff like that. They bring their own. I supply the chair covers and the tablecloth.
Can you prove to me what she asked you for? Why don't you show me where she signs exactly what she asked you for? You don't have that, do you? Because you don't have this written down. So let's talk about that day. You get there, and are you disappointed when you walk in?
Very.
Okay, do you tell her that, or you're too
Yes.
polite? All right, so what do you say to her?
I just say, Miss Ida, this wasn't what we paid for. This is nothing. What is this? And then I was like, look at the vases. They look like they came from Dollar Tree. I didn't ask for green. She know peach is my favorite color. I just started rearranging it myself.
Okay.
I started taking the green. I took the green tablecloth off, put it on the bartender table. So when my daughter...
Okay, so who's
when
this who dressed up for the party in your special day? All right, in any
That's the
event.
bartender. That's what's my tablecloth.
Not the one with the tobacco.
Don't
and-
start that,
Right,
Miss
okay.
Bella.
So hold on. This is the bartender
That's the
who was...
bartender, and I knew...
this is the green you're talking
yes,
about.
and the green was on my table, so I gave it to the bartender because I said, well, since she got on green, it'll look nice back there with her.
Okay, and this is... When you walked in, there
This
was
is-
this green
that's what she
table
did.
skirt up on the ceiling,
Yes,
kind of
that's
decorating.
what Miss Ida did. And
then you had that taken down.
The colors are only supposed to have been in the balloon arches and the centerpiece. That's it. I wanted everything in the building peach and white. And look how wrinkled the tablecloths are. Just look real good.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah,
picture, Judge?
what's the deal with the tablecloth?
That tablecloth right there is not what we put on there. Her daughter walked in the closet with me and pulled that tablecloth out and put it on that table.
So you're saying this one's wrinkled because she changed her mind on which one she wanted out there. All right, so now you have your party, and let's get to 1 o'clock in the morning. What happens at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Maybe around 12:30, a lady entered the building. I never seen her with her before. My sister at the time was just singing happy birthday or whatever. She rudely came up on the stage and said, hey, y'all need to be out this building by 1 o'clock. So I put her to the side.
Wait, she took the microphone and said that?
Yeah, she was, oh my God.
That's kind of a weird way to do things. Why did that happen?
No, this lady
Who is
was
this person?
mean.
Her name is Samantha. She comes in and makes sure everything.
Who is she?
She works with me.
Okay, so according to you, she goes in before time. Go ahead.
I presented my contract and said, I know I gotta be out here at a certain time, but me and her had a verbal agreement for me to be in that building at 3. And she know I would have paid to 3 in the morning.
Well, if you can. I don't know what the rules are in that building. Can someone have a party until 3?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No,
right,
ma'am.
the landlord probably has rules about that.
It's on your contract, baby.
What does it say about 3?
It say additional.
Can you circle it?
Right there. $5.99 up to 7 hours. The charge for each additional hour or function.
Okay, but that does not mean you can go,
$100.
ma'am. Okay, that does not mean that you can go past 1 o'clock.
Oh,
that means you could start a party earlier because there are rules in these venues. She doesn't own the place. It's not up to her. And don't sign a contract that says party's over at 1 if the party's not over at 1. So now, what happens with the air conditioning, according to you?
Well, I guess after we had words with Miss Ida about not liking the decorations, she turned the air off. Everybody started complaining about it being hot in the building.
Are you saying there was no air conditioning the whole night?
No air conditioning. I had to move from my table to sit up under a ceiling fan. I'm being honest. People were sweating.
Did you turn off the AC?
No, sir, Judge. I did not. I wasn't even there at 1 o'clock.
What she's saying is that all night long there was no air. Is that what you're saying?
That's not true.
I've seen pictures of all of your guests. Why aren't they sweatier? Because for some unknown reason, you gave me 120 pictures of all your guests, which was fun to look at, but you know.
Thank you.
All right, tell me what happens the next day. Does anybody ask for a rebate, a partial rebate?
My daughter, I say, call Miss Ida or send her a text. And don't ask her for everything back. Just say, since you didn't do what we asked for, just can we get half of the money? We was only asking for $200 back.
Which would be half of the decoration money.
That was it. That was it, Judge.
And then what happened?
She said she was going to give it back to her.
And then what happened? If you said you were going to give it back, why didn't you?
I haven't even spoke to her after the party. It's on.
What about the daughter? Did you speak to the daughter?
I didn't speak to no one. Okay, it's on my phone. I got a text message at 1-something in the morning. It's saying that she wanted all her money back plus the decoration from her and her daughter. It's on my phone.
All right. Can I ask you this? Did there come a time when someone said, we'll settle for $200?
No, ma'am.
It just amazed me, Judge Marilyn, that she can pull up that text message, what I sent her, but can't be honest about $200, getting back $200.
Well, do you have the text that says that? Because you didn't bring your daughter. You didn't bring an affidavit from your daughter, and you don't have pictures of whatever text your daughter sent her where she settled for $200. Can I see that?
I the one told her to settle for the $200.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
I mean, I deal in proof. I would love to see something where this was settled for $200.
Well, my daughter was willing to do a video chat.
Okay, call your daughter.
Her and the
Call
DJ.
your daughter right now on your phone. What's your daughter's name?
Taquanda.
Taquanda, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, I have a very specific question. Was there ever a discussion about settling this case in return for some of the money back?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And was it verbal or was it by text?
It was verbal.
Okay. How much did you guys agree upon to be returned to you?
The money that I paid for the decorations.
I'm sorry. Are you saying she agreed to pay $400 back to you?
The whole thing. Everything.
Okay. Even your mother doesn't testify to that. All right. Thank you very much. Sorry to bother you. All right, folks, it's going to be up to me to decide just how. It's all right. I think that there is enough evidence that what she wanted wasn't what happened. And when there's some confusion in the contract, because there's a lack of specificity in the contract, the law says that you construe that against the drafter. That means who wrote it? I know it's not what they wanted because before the party started, they started rearranging stuff. So here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to order $1,000 for pain and suffering. This is a contracts case. Did he propose?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't bail out or anything like that. He didn't say, why, there's too much lime green here, I'm not proposing. Right? No. You know, pain and suffering is when there's an intentional tort or, you know, somebody's recklessly disregards your safety. It's not for this. So there's no $1,000 for pain and suffering. You had the event space for the time that you were supposed to have the event space. So what's in play are the decorations. And I got to tell you, I think a reasonable way to resolve this case is for me to order that you return part of the decoration, not all of the decorations, but part. I'm going to order you to return $200 to the plaintiff. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Judge Marilyn.
So the plaintiff gets back a little bit of the money, not $2,000 or almost $2,000 she was seeking. This is Miss Finley, Ms. Ida, as they kept calling you. You know, what about this friendship between the two of you? You say you're not enemies, right?
No, I'm not. No, I did what was right. And I know I did what was right. And I gave her what she asked for.
The judge gave you some good advice on how to make a contract and list everything. You think you can do that in the future, maybe?
That's no problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, Miss Kelly. I don't know if you're disappointed in the fact you're only going to get $200 back. What do you think about
okay.
that?
We was trying to get the $200 before we came here.
Bottom line is, how was the party?
Oh my God, turned up.
Awesome. It was a great party?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And he proposed?
Yes. He proposed, and then I celebrated my birthday after that, and everything was fine.
And we got married. Did you get married yet?
February of next year.
It's coming. You've been waiting over 14 years.
I'll be Mrs. Black.
Okay, very good.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
At least it was a good party, Harvey.
Okay, Doug, I mean, the more specific you can be in these contracts, the better. Put a color swash in the contract. I'm serious. The more specific about everything, from the type of food to the colors to everything, the better off you're going to be.
This is the plaintiff, Shedley Louie Charles. She says she booked a party space at the defendant's hall, and when she showed up for her party, she was horrified. The place was booked for another event. She had over 200 people arriving, for goodness sakes. Turns out the defendant had no authority to book the room. She had to scramble at the last minute and definitely deserves her $600 deposit back. This is the defendant, Joseph Gaduti. He says the plaintiff's budget was very small for a party she was having, so he told her she couldn't rent the whole room for only $600 she had, and she agreed and signed a contract. On the day of the party, the plaintiff was upset because she saw other people there for another party. The girl freaked out, canceled her party on the spot, and now wants her deposit returned? No way. He did everything right and owes nothing. He's accused of crashing a party.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
Shedley Louie Charles?
Yes.
You are suing Joseph Gaduti, doing business as Rough Night Productions, for $600 that you paid him as a down payment, I guess, or as a full fee to reserve a party space, and things didn't exactly work out. Tell me what happened.
So my party was originally supposed to be May 24th, but because the fire department was going to come in and inspect, he gave me 3 different dates that I could change the party. So I decided to go with the 23rd.
What difference would it make that the fire department was coming in to inspect?
He thought that there would be a risk that it would probably get shut down or something would happen, so he advised that I changed it.
But I don't get it. The fire department was coming at night or during the day?
No, during the day.
And then they would just cite violations, and then
Right.
you couldn't have a party that night.
Correct.
So you told her to move it to the day before?
I gave her 3 options.
And she picked the day before. All right?
Yes. The party was actually planned, I signed the contract, it was March 28th. So
if I'm going to guess at your party, I kind of want the fire marshal to make sure everything's right beforehand, but okay,
Yes.
all right. So you signed the contract when?
March 28th.
How old are you?
19.
You're very young. Why were you signing this contract? Because what?
To have a birthday/going away party with my friend who is the witness.
Okay, so it was your birthday?
Yes.
And her going away. How old is she?
21.
All right, and where was she going? Come on up. Thank you.
I was going to go to California, but I decided to stay for another year just to save more money.
Because you didn't have the party?
Oh, no.
I insist on a party before I move. All right. So for your 19th birthday, you're going to have a party, and this venue is what kind of venue?
The venue is a nightclub/bar.
Okay.
When I first met...
Right, you can't drink?
No.
Right. So how many people are you going to have at the party?
It was about 200 people, if not 250.
Why would the bar that makes money by selling drinks want to have a 19-year-old's party there?
Good question. I was not sure.
Okay. How did you meet him?
So I went into the hall because I heard that, they book parties and whatnot. So I talked to one of the bartenders and I said, who can I speak to if I want to book this place for a birthday party that I want to happen May 24th? And she said, nobody here that books parties are here right now, so you would have to come back later. And then I come back later on that day, and then I meet Joseph, and he...
How do you meet Joseph?
I was standing outside, and then I talked to somebody. I said, is the party person here? That's how I addressed the...
Party person.
Yeah, the party person.
Now, you don't work directly for them, do you?
I do.
How?
I book their events and bands. And
yeah, but you don't have a you don't get a weekly paycheck from them. You're not a running employee of theirs. You're a guy, and do they have more than you? You're one of the people who throws events there.
Correct.
Right. So they pay you when they hire you to throw an event there.
Correct.
Right. But she wanted to speak to the actual venue, and then you ended up brokering it, right?
Correct.
Do you have the authority to broker a party?
Yes.
Okay. Without running it by them?
Well, as long as I have the date available, it's fine.
Okay. So did you know this was a 19-year-old?
Yes.
Okay. And like I asked her, why would the bar that makes its money by selling drinks want to have a 19-year-old's birthday party?
We're also a restaurant as well, too. So there was food to be had, too. We also talked about her ordering 40 pizzas as well.
Yeah, but her contract does not require her to order anything.
That was after the contract was signed.
Right.
She'd call me back later asking about the food as well.
All right, so what goes wrong?
So now comes the day of the party. So now we're on our way to the hall, and I get a phone call from the DJ. I guess he wanted to see where this place was gonna be before me and him go in and set up. So now I guess he walks in and he's just looking around, seeing where he's gonna set up, and then he's asked, are you here for Haitian night? Are you the DJ for Haitian night? I'm like, that wasn't what my party was called. It wasn't called Haitian night. It was a birthday party / going away party. So then he explains it. He says, no, I'm here for Shedley and Jadine's event. I'm not aware of what you're talking about. And then they tell him the owners weren't aware of the party going on today. So then I'm like, okay, I find this out because he calls me and he tells me this. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over there myself with my friend to see if what he's saying is true, because I'm not just gonna take it based off what he's saying. So now we go over there, and at this point, I don't even ask to speak to Joseph. I'm like, clearly, there's a higher power to this. So I'm like, can I speak to the owners of this place? And we wait a minute, and they come out, and they go, are you Shedley? I'm like, yes. They're like, we had no idea your party was going on today. And they were like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 19 years old. My friend is 21. And I showed them the contract. They were like, you're not even supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here from 12 in the afternoon till 7 at night. Once it's 7, if you're not at least 21, you cannot be here.
That's not true.
What's not true?
That you have to be, if you're after 7 o'clock, you have to be 21 to be in the venue.
Is it true that someone told her that who's higher than you, who actually works there?
I wasn't there, so I have no idea.
Well, when do you find out that there's a problem?
When I go there in the afternoon after she had texted me about it.
What does she text you?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but she said there was an issue that the owner said that she couldn't have the party. They had no idea.
So you go there.
Right.
Who do you speak to?
I talked to the owners, and then
Did they tell you?
They said
what are you doing?
They said they didn't know, and I told them I had written it down in the planning book and everything like that, and I even showed them that, and they were still confused. There's multiple owners, and they don't exactly communicate well, so they were arguing with me back and forth about the event.
They booked Haitian night.
No, Haitian night's it's every night.
Okay. All right.
It's just the area that's...
Okay, but I don't understand. Did she book the hall or she didn't book the hall?
She booked the hall, but I informed her ahead of time that $600 wasn't going to get her the place exclusively. So there would be outside
Nobody
people.
informed you that ahead of time,
Your
according to
Honor,
you.
we actually have a actual contract to this hall.
Can I see it?
Yes.
And as it turns out, that's not the hall's contract,
No.
it's his contract.
Would you like to see his contract as well?
Yeah, that's really what I want to see.
That's the original, and this is his contract.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So that's original, but this is his.
Private VIP area. 1 waitress, 1 security, access to separate bar area. She provides a DJ, but if other people are there, is there another DJ for them?
No.
So it's the one DJ.
They're bringing their DJ, yes.
So your understanding was you were renting the club out entirely for a Friday?
Yes. May I make a comment, Your Honor?
Yeah, it says at 8 p.m. This will be an 18 plus with ID until 12 a.m.
Correct, when the kitchen closes.
So according to you, they tell you that, and you get upset, and what happens? They tell you you're not having your party? Or?
I get upset, and the owners feel bad because they don't want their business to be seen as unprofessional, and they tell me, if you want, we can schedule you for a different day, but make it 12 in the afternoon till 7 at night, like, you know, the time I'm actually supposed to be there. So then I say, you know what, I'm fine with it.
Meaning what?
I'm fine that I can't have this place because I'm not old enough. I cannot be here because I'm not old enough. So then I leave, and we're just trying to contact everybody, telling them the party's canceled. I couldn't even be there in the first place, so just leave it at that. That's what happens.
Yeah, but have you talked to him, or have they called him?
Yeah, I've been talking to him.
No, and what is he saying? Like
this is what he's saying to me. He's giving me different options at this point. He's telling me, do you want to have it at a location in Quincy? Do you want to have it at Outback Steakhouse? And I'm like, no, we signed for this hall. This is where I want to have it.
Okay, when you go back and you speak to the owners who you say are disorganized and have a lot of different owners who have a lot of different opinions or whatever,
right?
What do they tell you about whether that party can take place there?
Well, one argued with me and said that it wasn't going to happen, that we couldn't do the 18 plus, and I explained to him how we do it quite often.
It's his club. It's his club. If he tells you you have no authority to have booked this party, I don't want anybody under 18. Whether it's not that it's the law, it's that he doesn't want anybody under 18.
There's one owner, and then there's brothers of the owner that are involved. So that's the one that we had talked with.
I know, but even your own testimony is telling me that her testimony is true, that owners are telling her you can't have your party.
Well,
why would you not have returned this girl's money?
Well, one did, and then one called me back.
Yeah, but how could she have a party if one did and one didn't? Then she couldn't have a party.
She was dealing with me, and then she decided to go there and deal with them.
You're not the owner.
No.
There's a higher power, like she says.
But I booked the event, and the event was all set.
You booked the event, and the guy who owns the venue, who you claim to have authority to book for, says you can't have your party, Missy. You're acknowledging that that was said.
Oh, I wasn't there for that point.
Yeah, but you're acknowledging that the guy told you exactly what she says the guy told her. Stuff happens. That part I get. That was a misunderstanding. You know, everything you're saying is why you booked the party. It's not why you won't return this girl's money. Why won't you return the money when clearly you booked a party that couldn't happen?
Welcome back to the People's Court. RV11 here. So can a 19-year-old rent out a restaurant bar that serves alcohol when she can't drink?
I think she should, because, I mean, if it's in a contract, if you're signing that, you're basically signing ownership for that period of time.
But can you make ownership for that period of time if you're not legally allowed to drink?
I think you can. I've been in situations where you have been able to do that as long as there were stipulations with whether they have the wristband rules or whatever, you know what I'm saying, then yes.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
It could happen, and I also offered 2 other places very close to the same one.
Oh, really? Because it's up to you to decide if she wants to have her party at a restaurant or somewhere else, right?
No, it's not up to me. I was just giving her options because of the
She didn't want your options. So, yeah, it could happen, and she doesn't want those options. She wanted the party at the cool place that won't have her as a member, okay?
But
That's the club she wants to
could have
belong
had
to. Well, apparently not. Because we're not, how many times are we going to go over this? You yourself confessed that one of the owners told you, this party's not happening. I didn't know anything about it. And I don't want 19-year-olds having a party.
I had talked to the other owner later on. He said that don't listen to the other one and that you could have the party. No.
That's going to fly.
I wish you had.
That's going to fly. She's going to have everybody go ahead and come on in, go to the venue and get thrown out. That's
well, it was only one owner and the other one's just involved.
Explain to me how you justify morally keeping this girl's money.
Because she could have had the party. Like she could have. Everything was worked out. It was just a confusing.
She could have had, what, a clown party at your house?
No. She could have had a party at that venue with everything that we had already agreed on.
There are no clowns at your house. There's just clowns at my podium. That is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And you're not much of a party planner if you think that's how it works. Let me ask you a question. Are these people still doing business with you?
Yes.
Because I noticed they didn't want to be by your side in this lawsuit.
Well, they didn't want to have this.
Yeah, I don't think it's me they were worried about. All right. Honey, yes. You are by far the most competent, smart, 19-year-old who's come in front of me. And I got an 18-year-old. I hope my 18-year-old isn't listening. In fact, you're competent, and you're one of the most competent and smart litigants that's come in front of me.
Thank you.
I am stunned at your poise. I'm stunned at you had the nerve to go out and book a party and sign a contract and go. I'm stunned at the maturity with which you dealt with the issue when the issue happened. I don't know, maybe you weren't getting enough RSVPs, or maybe, I don't know what your deal was. It doesn't matter because you came in here and you put forth a rock-solid case and you win. $600 verdict for the plaintiff.
And the defendant comes out here, the party planner, and step on over here. How'd things going there?
Not so well.
No?
No, not so well. But.
Yeah, how'd you feel when the gavel came down for the defendant, for the plaintiff?
I guess, I don't know, I had a contract with her. I guess that doesn't really mean much, but...
you broke it.
It was a misunderstanding that just too many people got involved, and I guess things just got out of hand.
You seem like you're all over the place. Do you have your stuff together?
Yeah.
You got it together?
Yeah, I got it
You plan these things all the time?
Yeah,
You're
all the
still
time.
working at that place?
Yes, I am.
And this has never happened to you before?
This has never happened.
You think it'll be the last time?
I hope so.
Yeah, good. How'd you pick him?
I was probably desperate at the point, so.
Right. Okay, so what eventually happened? Did you have your party?
I did not have my party, but me and my friends went out. We had a blast, so can't really complain.
So it was a good birthday after all?
It was.
And how about what the judge said to you? She said you were the
Completely
what did she
satisfied.
call you? She called you the what?
She said I'm smart. Put it like that.
Like
She
that?
said I'm smart. Yes, I
Okay.
appreciate that.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Harvey?
Bottom line here, Kurt, is that if you make a contract and you don't get the benefit of your bargain, you have a right to cancel and get your deposit back. In this case, the plaintiff didn't have a duty to accept a second place. She wanted what she wanted. She didn't get it. She gets her money back.
This is the plaintiff, Elizabeth O'Connor. She says she unknowingly rented her house out to the defendant and to high schoolers who were celebrating their graduation, and the monsters destroyed their once lovely place. There were beer cans all over the place. The door was bashed in, and these kids acted like pigs at a Trash the House festival. Bottom line, they want to teach the defendant and her unruly friends a lesson, and are going to hit them where it hurts by suing them for the $2,162.06 she's owed. This is the defendant, Alexis Ciccatelli. She says the plaintiff is grossly overreacting because she would never trash a house or allow anyone else to for that matter. She left no beer cans around, cleaned everything before she left, and this lady's blowing everything out of proportion seeking a big payday or something like that. She's accused of being a party animal.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
All right, guys, have a seat, please. Thank you.
Really slays me when you...
With that. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Elizabeth O'Connor?
Yes.
You are suing Alexis... Wait, let me try to get it. Ciccatelli? Yes. And Rachel Hoppe? Who's Rachel Hoppe?
She's not here.
Okay, you have power of attorney for that. Who's Rachel Hoppe to you?
My cousin.
Your cousin. For $2,162.06 in damages that you say they did to your rental property. Tell me what happened.
Yes. We had rented our property through Flip
Where
Cape.
is it?
It's on Cape Cod. It's in Harwich on Cape Cod.
Okay.
We bought it almost 6 years ago. Have put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. And we want people to enjoy themselves, but not perhaps as much as it would seem that this particular group did. So we left the day before they came. They came.
So you were there right before they came?
Yes. And I got a phone call from her mother, from
Whose mother?
Alexis's mother, sorry.
Okay.
I believe on Thursday. And she called me because Alexis reported that the glass of the storm door had been broken.
This is during the week tenancy.
This is during
the week tenancy.
week.
You think everything's fine. There's no problems coming up.
Correct.
All right. Then you get a call from her mother. How old did you think Alexis was?
I had no idea.
Because it was rented out through a website?
Through a website. It was my understanding, I think through word of mouth, I have to admit I'm not sure where I got this impression, is that you cannot ask any demographic questions of your proposed renters. So not age, race,
Why wouldn't you be able to ask the age? I don't want to rent to a 14-year-old. It's not a binding contract. I need to know how old somebody is to know that they can contract.
I know.
You're not 14, right? How old are you?
18.
She's 18.
18.
So she is of contractual age, would be my
She's of
understanding.
contractual age, but would you have rented to a bunch of 18-year-olds celebrating their high school graduation?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So actually, we have changed our contract going forward. We have put a minimum of 25 due to this experience. So, I mean, Alexis herself may be a great kid. She said that she had gotten sunburned and she was down for the count from Wednesday through Sunday when they left. Her mom did call when they had the damage to the storm door.
What happened to the storm door?
So we were going to the beach one morning.
Who's we?
I wasn't there, but it was the rest of the house was going to the beach.
Who's the rest of the Who are they?
These are my friends. They were with me.
Okay, how old are you? 18? How old are they?
18 and 19.
Everybody there is 18 and 19?
Yes.
Stand up. Come on over here. Stand next to it. They look really young to me. That person right there is not 18.
I know.
How old are you?
No,
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, darling. Why were you guys renting a house on Cape Cod? What was the celebration?
So we just graduated and
from high school.
We kind of wanted to get
from
together.
High school?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, from high school.
All right. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, they walked out and the storm door slammed behind them and it broke. I was told, and that's when I called.
Who was it who walked out and the storm door slammed behind them?
A couple of the guys were carrying one of the coolers to go to the beach. None of them are here with us. They're away at college. But they were walking out with the cooler and they let the door slam behind them and it slammed. And then I called my mom because I wasn't sure what to do. I know I wanted to call and tell her and let her know what happened. But I talked to my mom. She gives me advice. Yeah, she probably didn't want me to point her out, but she's over there in the purple shirt.
In the corner?
Yeah.
Wave, mom.
So then it slammed, it broke. I was informed of it, called my mom, which we then got in contact with her because I wanted to let her know right away.
When you got a call from a mom, what did you think? Oh my gosh.
Actually, I got a call from the mom and I thought, boy, she sounds young. The mother sounded young.
The mother sounded young. Okay. Yay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
But on the other hand, they were being very responsible in trying to address it right away.
Right.
So I said,
so you
calm
tell the mom, all right, just the window, don't worry about it. That'll probably, the security deposit will cover it. I'll get back to you. And then you go to see the house.
Right.
And according to you, what do you see?
We were stunned. There was lots of trash. There were some beer cans around the yard. We have
beer
pictures.
Cans. How many beer cans did you find in the yard?
Actually, he probably found them more than me.
More like 40 or 50.
40 or 50 beer cans
in the
on
yard?
the ground?
Not in the yard.
No, not in the yard.
I'm asking in the yard.
Oh, in the yard, 4 or 5. There was one on top of the water heater in the basement. So it was, every room was a surprise.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, so we thought that our refrigerator had been stolen. It's a small refrigerator that we kept for condiments, juice, things like that, for between renters for us.
I called the police thinking it had been stolen.
Right.
And I kept looking, and I eventually found it in a closet upstairs in one of the bedrooms. There was a dehumidifier.
They're all looking at each other trying to figure out who took the fridge.
No.
Which of you took the fridge?
We know
you
who
did?
took the fridge.
Step
No.
over to the microphone. Step over to the microphone.
The guys took the fridge.
How many of the guys were there?
There's 4.
4 guys, and they were staying in which room?
3 guys.
3 guys, and they were staying in which room?
In the room that there was 3
beds.
beds.
How many people did you have there?
10.
Oh, you did not. 10 is the max that you're supposed to have under the contract. But there's not a soul in this room who thinks that at any point in your 7 days you only had 10 people.
Well, no, we had
so
friends
now
come up.
fess up and tell me for reals how many people actually slept there.
Nobody slept. No, we never had more than 10 people sleeping there.
Nobody slept?
No.
Nobody slept.
Now you're saying something I believe. So, okay, go on. What else did you see that was wrong?
Dan went from room to room. There was a curtain that
Go ahead, Dan, you tell me about it.
Well, we have a couple of things here to look at.
What is that?
This is a recliner.
That was Sabrina and Megan's room.
So what happened there?
It was broken. And the frame's broken. I can't just glue
It's
this
really, really most sincerely dead.
Most sincerely dead.
Yes,
That's
and
right.
why did you bring this?
Because we think that they sat on it, and again, it's not a very expensive table,
I understand.
but it's, again, another room. And
then we can't replace it.
And then we have, again, a picture. I had to hunt for this.
What is that?
This is a cushion from a chair in our family room. And we went looking for it because it wasn't there. I have a picture of the cushion they put there, and I thought it was stolen again.
A cushion?
Yeah, well, it turns out it had red marks all over it. So it'd been kind of, we've had it.
Where did you find it?
In one of the closets. And again, it's just It's the kind of thing where you go,
So the one side's okay. The other side has some like.
yeah, we had it cleaned already.
What kind of stains were those? Black marker?
No, red.
No.
Red marker.
Like fuchsia.
No, because sometimes when you take out the black, it looks red after the stain's gone.
I'm not a
Which
stain
it's not
person.
gone. But
And this is a picture of
apparently, I am a stain person. So what's this?
That's a picture of the before picture of the chair when it was intact.
Okay. So go on.
So,
how old is that recliner? I know you call, what was it you call it? A mid-century something.
Yeah, we went on eBay to find out, they're currently being sold. How old is it?
$1,200.
It's from 1960s.
Right, but that's kind of, they're currently being sold kind of really expensive if they're like from one of the mid-century designers.
And that's what this is.
Well, who made that?
It's a
Milo
James
Bauman.
So what's your answer to the chair?
Honestly, I didn't see it happen. I was told about it after, and we were told that.
You were told about it by whom?
One of the girls that was staying in that room. She said that she put her luggage on it and it broke, but by looking at it.
I can believe that once or twice, but I can't just keep believing it's innocent and not neglect when over and over things get broken. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell me, oh, the slam door. We used it as a regular door. It broke on its own. Oh, we used it as a regular chair. It broke on its own. Like at some point it starts to become ridiculous, What happened to the wall? What happened to the wall?
Somebody sat on it and it broke.
What do you think happened to the wall?
I think it's an older wall, and we thought initially maybe they were trying to jump to play basketball. I think one of the other surprises is when we actually talked to our neighbor, from whom we've had an affidavit sent. He lives in Toronto.
Okay, an affidavit means it's sworn. Is it sworn?
Yes.
Okay, can I see it? Because the copy I saw wasn't, so I just want to see it.
But the slip and slide.
I, David Vanderbrug, observed the following events. Drinks were flowing. It was a real party scene during the day. People going in and out of the front door, up and down the stairs, in the garage relentlessly. Boombox on. Boombox. Do you guys even know what a boombox is?
The one that's on your shoulder, right?
Yeah, that's like in the old times, right? But you guys don't do that. You have like a Bose Mini, Bluetooth wireless thing. Your parents get. Okay. Boombox on. The drinks are flowing. I saw a lot of those red plastic beer cups in use. They even made a water slide extending from the formal front door down to the road's edge, laying out a long plastic sheet and rearranging the hoses to provide water. Do you guys do that? That was a great idea. All right, and plastic sheet rearranging the hoses to provide water. To their credit, the boom box was turned off by 11 p.m. daily.
They're saying.
What is this a picture of? Broken frame window.
Yeah, the reason we had to replace the storm door was because the frame was missing. So that's just the door before it was broken. And then I found this frame for the window.
So the glass and the frame was off?
Yes.
Okay, $22.50 for marker on the cushion. Oh, because you attempted to clean it.
To the cleaners.
And then $558 for cushion cover replacement?
I have a letter from...
It wouldn't cost that. I mean, would it even cost that much to recover the couch? Because really, if you flip that, I know you're mad, but if you flip the cushion, you can't even see the marker, right? Because as a judge, what I have to do, I get exactly what you're saying. Okay, you don't want to come home to a place. It's your home. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into this place, and then it appears that other people don't take care of it the way you wish that they would. And in all fairness, you guys, you are now entering adulthood. You can't break the door. You can't break the chair. You can't break the. I realize that there were a lot of people that are controlled. But man, you really took a risk putting it all under your name.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't predict any of this to happen at all. I didn't really think, I guess, too much into the consequences of it.
Right.
I don't understand.
I mean, what you want to do is everybody who's staying there should be ponying up some deposit. You know what I mean? That's how it should work.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. We are in front of the TMZ Hollywood Tour Bus in Los Angeles, kind of like blending the two things. And there are a lot of people here looking for celebrities. They're not going to find them here, I'll tell you that. If you rent a house out and you find out that the person wants to hold a high school graduation party, lean over for me. Would you do it?
No, that's a bad idea.
Why?
They're going to destroy your place.
Is that automatic? They're going to destroy your place?
Not necessarily. They could...
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. If you say not necessarily, there's one thing I can say to you. Sucker. Going inside the courtroom.
All right. Here's what's going to happen, folks. Here's a shocker I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff. Okay? The question is how much, and here's how much. You can look at that and you could say, come on, this is a really old chair, it's junk, whatever else. That chair happens to be a chair that on the internet goes for $600. The storm door, I'm awarding them the complete amount. The table leg, that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to award you what you could get at a garage sale for it, because that's different than, you know, what you get.
It's not fine furniture. I don't pretend that it is.
Gotcha. I'm awarding you $30 for the table. The marker on the cushion, you're certainly getting the dry cleaning bill. I hate to say this because I feel cruel, but flip the cushion, because we all know that you're not going to pay $558 if you can flip the cushion. You know, how do you really know it wasn't there beforehand? All right, based on everything that I'm listening to, I am awarding you $1,378.50 in damages. That you already have $300, correct? So that's $1,078.50 in damages. Verdict for the plaintiff. Everybody else is going to have to get a summer job and pitch in.
I already do.
Thank you.
All right, so here they all come out from the defendant's side of things. Do the talking.
I mean, obviously things were broken in her house, and I'm happy that she does have some money to pay for it, but I'm glad that we don't have to pay the total of.
Well, they got almost half of what they sued for, something like that. It's one thing to be cute and young and having a great time, and that's great, right? But it's another thing to be irresponsible.
Yeah.
Definitely don't think we're irresponsible.
We're not, but kids are kids, and we all do stupid things.
In high school.
You're right.
So.
And/or
a good time.
And/or inconsiderate.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No.
We didn't go in there with the intentions on trashing their home.
We got
No.
judged for being too young, and then they exaggerated a few things. So.
Okay. So you have any apologies for any of your behaviors here?
I'm sorry, so many things got broken, but it wasn't.
It wasn't my behavior that caused.
Are they going to
things
pay
get
for any of this
broken.
stuff?
Everybody's going to pay for it.
Okay. All right. Head right around the corner this way. Step on in here, and what do you think of the outcome here?
I'm satisfied. I know how these things work, and I think the judge tried to be as fair as she could.
All right. What in the world are you doing renting to a bunch of kids like that?
Never again. We have a new contract that says 25 and older. We were not ever aware that this could be done 18 years old. It was a surprise.
Ever met any 18-year-olds?
I've been one.
Yeah, weren't you? Were you ever one?
Certainly.
Once upon a time.
Right, so we understand, but my goodness.
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, just FYI, there's some talk about this in the case. You can absolutely ask how old people are who are going to be attending the event if you're going to rent your house out. There's just no doubt about that.